Hey everyone, this is Chozen bringing you another audio commentary for Starcraft 2 Beta. Today I have a matchup on Blistering Sands. My opponent is eDx playing Zerg. He spawns on the north side, and I will be playing Terran spawning on the south side. Pretty interesting matchup. You're going to see some back and forth fights here, and pretty much how to contain a Zerg is the message of this video, I would say. And I'm going to go ahead and start this replay. As you can see, I'm going double barracks. I haven't really sealed up yet. I just finished killing a drone that actually was scouting my base, so he did see that I was going double barracks. I notice, if you notice, I'm scouting with my SCV here. He's going to go for a extra expansion. You can see that forming right there. And pretty much what I'm doing is I went to look for the fast expansion. I didn't see anything with my SCV, so I'm like saying, oh, he must be trying to juke me or something like that. And you can see I'm searching the north and south expansions, the far ones that you can reach by ground, and nothing was there, so I'm going to send my SCV back consistently scouting. In StarCraft 2, you need to scout all the time to make sure you know what your opponent is doing and what he's up to, and that will give you a much better chance at winning the fight as opposed to not knowing anything at all. So I do see his hatchery going up here. I'm like, oh, okay, he's bringing it up pretty late here. So you can see my SCV getting right to work building that bunker. Now, once I saw that hatchery up, instantly I start pumping units, and I want to make sure this is going. I don't have the reactor upgrade because the patch just made it way too long to wait for. So actually having one barracks pumping single marines will produce more than actually waiting for those reactors, unless that's what you're actually doing, which I'm not right here. I get these 4 marines out extremely fast, get them in this bunker, and they start blasting away that hatchery right there. And he cancels the hatchery knowing that he has really nothing to defend with. It was just pretty much a fast roach, fast expansion build, and it didn't really go his way here. And as you can see, he has 2 queens spawning those larvae, so that once that roach warren comes up, he's just going to pretty much produce about 6 or 7 of those roach warrens. And as you can see, outside of his base, pretty much just being very annoying. I have 2 bunkers here set up. I know that it's going to be extremely difficult for him to exit his base, especially if he wants to expand. He does have overlords watching these destructible rocks, and I really don't go for that direction this early, but it's just good to have that watching, and I don't take that direction this early because it's just way too early in the game. And as you can see, making an early game push here, he's spawning all those roaches. They're coming out right now. He's just going to sacrifice 1 queen here, maybe 2. No, he runs that one back. He's going to save 1 queen there, and all these roaches are going to pop out, and I'm going to have to fight these guys with the queen, and it's really not going to go my way, so I have to run away and salvage whatever type of units I can. And I'm pretty much just going to bring them back into these bunkers and decide to take this fight right here, because although I have no units, I cancel my command center that was built here. Although I have no units, these bunkers are going to do extreme amount of damage to him. And as you can see, one roach down. There's another roach down. There's another one. And it's just going to keep going here, and I'm just going to keep fighting this out, focusing down any weak roaches that I see, and that's pretty much how it's going to go. Although he actually beat me in that battle there, the battle itself wasn't good for him, because first you can see that he's going for a fast he's building his expansion rather, and it's so late. It's 8 minutes into the game as opposed to 4 or 5 minutes into the game when they're supposed to already have it made. So you can see he's just pumping out units, and this is what constant pressure does to units, and send them your way, and sometimes position himself for an attack that he's not ready for. You might be massing or something, and as you can see here, he's going to try to make an approach into my base. It's pretty sealed up. No one's going to get in. He realizes that this battle is going to go my way rather than his, especially with those marauders there, and he has a couple low HP roaches, and he's going to fall back to his base. He knows he can't get in. He knows that picking that fight will not be the best choice for him because he will just lose too many units, and he's forced to fall back. He's holding outside of my base right here just in case I do decide to make a mid-game push, but I'm not really interested in that mid-game push because my main objective with that initial double bunker push right there was on his expansion was to make sure that he's just slowed down. And really right now he's playing the catch-up game because he does not have that additional hatchery. He does not have the edge of being able to produce numbers over me. So now you can see that reactor goes up, more units starting to come out, pumping left and right, and I'm going triple barracks here because I'm just going to be pumping more and more units to make a push here, and he's just gathering up outside of my base. He knows that he's anticipating an attack or at least a mid-game push, and even if I was to push right now, it'd be pretty close, and right now is not the time for me to push because I know that I'm ahead in the tech tree, and I just need to play the patient game and let him do whatever he needs to do. You can see that he finally gets his expansion up, and that's pretty much because I'm just not harassing him at all. And even though he got this expansion up, I also had one producing in the meantime, and mine is down as well. So it's very crucial that if you decide to not do anything to the Zerg, like I'm doing right now, that you copy or mimic what he's doing in terms of expansion-wise, or he will outproduce you and eventually just outnumber your units unless you have some type of superior tech advantage. But he upgrades the Overlord's speed, he upgrades the drop ability, so he's going to pack these roaches up. You can see that as he's packing his roaches up, I'm sending my entire army out just to make sure that this hatchery does, goes down. And he's building a spine crawler here. I'm already halfway to his base. I'm going to go ahead and speed this up just a little bit. And he notices what's going on. I notice what he's doing as well. I'm saying, oh god, he's going to drop on my base. Let me go do this really fast. He turns around and decides, you know what, I'm not going to lose my expansion because it's extremely important to him. And that's pretty much is what's producing the numbers. And he's going to try to take this battle here. I have units coming from the backside. That Marauder is going to go down, but he's going to take me single file here. And it's not a good idea, especially against this many Marauders in the front line. Marauders and Marines coming from the back. He's too pinched to win this battle here. He's severely outnumbered, and I protected my Marines with my Marauder so that they didn't get killed quickly by the roaches. And as you can see, taking down Overlords, taking down his additional hatchery. And I'm just going to go ahead and speed this up a little bit here so that you could see I'm just marching into his base and trying to do as much damage as possible, focusing down units, making sure I kill all those Hydralisk, Marauders and Marines just going at each other. And just still exchanging, he's still fighting, and now he brings out the drones, and this is where I just start picking it off. And really, at this point in the game, he's lost his expansion. There's really not much left for him to do here. I'm letting these units just battle it out with no support because I do know that at my base, there was some trouble here because he did drop off a couple of roaches which managed to kill a lot of my SCVs, but not enough. And I just basically took the SCVs that were at my base and brought them to my expansion to counter that. I'm sorry I didn't get to show you that, but that's pretty much what he did, was just drop 2, and I quickly switched back, sent my SCVs back over to my expansion, and that was pretty much it. I'm pulling back whatever